Okay, welcome to our Tuesday meditation. There are a couple of us in the room this morning. We've had some rain, we can hear the water in the fountain outside. It's a couple of days until Christmas Day. So, as in most years, at this time we turn our attention to what it was that happened that causes us to stop and reflect, and for many people contemplate at least a little bit, and sometimes a lot, the lives of Jesus and Mary and the others around them a couple of thousand years ago. And so today we wish to use our meditation to contemplate the blessing of Mary and Jesus. What we mean is that they were a blessing, they were a gift to humanity. There's lots of other ways to look at blessing, and there will be many ways in which who they are and their appearance and what they did constitute a blessing. We'll contemplate some of this today. So I hope that you can close your eyes and be in a peaceful place. Your place of meditation, perhaps that you've used before, or maybe a completely new place of meditation. So we invite you to draw upon our light, our vibration, our condition of meditation here at the center, and we ask the beings that can to convey to you all that is of value that may make your meditation a little more divine, a little more complete in its connection with the divine, with the flow of consciousness and energy, of love and light. And when we speak of love and light, there's lots of ways to look at these things, but we are looking at the heart and mind, the love of the heart and the light of the mind, and the importance of these two things. And we hope that you are inspired or supported or helped to be a greater expression of these things, and that these two things coordinate in a more beautiful way within you as a result of this or anything else that you do today or in the weeks or months ahead. So relax and breathe and allow your meditative intention to draw closer to you those emanations from the higher realms that support peace and promote peace. So slow down your breathing. Allow it to go a little deeper into your abdomen, just incrementally. Slow down your out breath so that it is longer than your in breath. This can have a calming effect on your earthly vehicle. And it constitutes a degree of higher control, loving, nurturing, respectful, control of the vehicle that you have been given to do this with. You have been given this vehicle to use as an expression of the highest way that you have learned to be, the most divine way that you have learned to be. This vehicle is your way of expressing that. And so your relationship with it is most important. So relax and breathe. And Father, Mother God, Creator of all things, we ask for blessings on this contemplation of Jesus and Mary and those around them. Just a short contemplation and consideration of what they did and some of the possible reasons why and what that means for us. We welcome all the beings of the light from all the places, times, dimensions and realms. Some of these have a closer relationship with that time and these individuals. And we honour and acknowledge you. And we extend gratitude for your consideration of our work, not just today, but all the other days and times, and the ongoing relationship that we have. We are warmed and heartened and most thankful. So contemplate that at this time of year we consider the birth of Jesus. So contemplate that just before the birth of Jesus was the birth of John the Baptist, cousin of Jesus. So Elizabeth and Mary were related. Elizabeth and Mary were trained for their role as parents of these two highly important beings that were placed in our midst by the hierarchy, by God. And so much effort was given over to the preparation of the time of the birth of John and Jesus. It's our understanding that Jesus' father Joseph was a devoted Essene. It was our understanding that there was early training performed by the Essenes for Joseph and Jesus. And so with a substantial degree of expectation of a profound being being born, or two profound beings being born, that were prophesied, prophesied. This took place. There were a number of people that were aware of the event. It's our understanding that something like 40 days after the birth of Jesus, the three Magian priests, the wise men, came seeking to pay homage, and they encountered Herod, and this was a part of the escalation of Herod in calling for the demise of all young males up to a couple of years old. And so there was some warning for Jesus and John via Elizabeth and Mary. So Mary and Joseph took Jesus away, and Elizabeth only just got away with John. John's father, Zacharias, as we understand it, was killed at that time for not being able to divulge the location of John. And then they were taken away to escape to Egypt to get away from the danger of Herod. So there were substantial risks and dangers that appeared, and they were helped, no doubt, to get away in the best way that they could. And so began much teaching for Jesus and John. John being placed to be a prophet for Jesus, so to be one that paved the way and prepared somewhat for the work of Jesus. So Jesus' work was to anchor on the earth on so many levels, so many different levels. Anchor on the earth, the Christ energy, the energy of soul, so that it may be more accessible to all of us. And so all of the people that supported Jesus around that time were there for that purpose, to support the anchoring of that energy, so that we may access it within our own right, so that we may find our own connection with the Christ energy. And so this Christ energy being essentially connection with our own soul. On the plane of soul, this is where the Christ energy resides. It is the second, resides within the context of the second aspect of God. So love, wisdom. The Son, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Life quality appearance. So soul is largely about quality. So the Christ energy is about love and wisdom, the qualities of soul. So we adopt the qualities of those beings that carry that love, wisdom, that are able to carry and transmit and be the energy of love, wisdom. So this is our own soul, the life within which we are nested and with which we have a connection to, in which we are being asked to fully express the qualities of. So our own soul essence. expresses the qualities of soul. So non-judgment, unconditional love, non-attachment. So this is a place of no fear. This is a place of great wisdom. And so Jesus had the task of, amongst others, no doubt, of anchoring the Christ energy, the Christ consciousness. Making it more available to all of us. And Jesus also publicly displayed the 5 initiations that we are asked to attain to at the latter end of our human journey. These initiations constitute moments of acknowledgement by the hierarchy, by God, that we have in our own right, and regardless of any organization or structure on the earth, that in our own right we have attained certain degrees of consciousness, certain degrees of access and relationship with our own soul, and which lead us to being a full expression of our own soul. And we become fully adept at being an expression of our soul qualities in the context of the earth, in the context of being incarnate in matter. Jesus showed us the way. He showed us the way on a number of levels. So the initiations which are not well understood, the 5 initiations which we are often referring to, but also in the practices that become a part of the life of a person who is attaining along the initiatory path. So things like forgiveness and brotherly love, love for all, compassion, kindness, these behavioral practices which constitute indicators, which constitute actions that we can take which will help us to some degree, and which eventually become our whole nature as we move further along the path of initiation. And these practices will also help us to discharge our karmic responsibilities. They will help us to purify our earthly vehicle. They don't fully purify the earthly vehicle. They are a part of the process of purifying our earthly vehicle. So at certain moments and increasingly along the way, They are the most useful practice. So the Christ energy, all those people working as a group, as a collective, either knowingly or unknowingly, created an opportunity for the rest of humanity commensurate with the evolutionary attainment and achievement of humanity up to that point. Not everyone, but the spiritual pioneers, those that are more, have been more dedicated, have been more persistent, have been more focused and intent. And those that have been able to find the truth. Intent is valuable, it is not everything. On the plane of soul, it is unconditional love and wisdom. Wisdom being an understanding of the framework within which we exist and the way in which we can progress along that path within that framework. Which also includes an ability to discern that which is truth, that which is not truth, and the possible source of truth or not truth. So we always, not just at this time of year, honour the contribution and study the work, the lessons, the framework that Jesus laid out for us, that Jesus demonstrated. He didn't create it, he demonstrated it and gave us the clues by which we can follow that path if we are able to grow in understanding, in knowledge, in wisdom, and grow in love. This is the blessing that all these people gave to us. And we honour it every day. And we would encourage everyone to honour it every day. Every day you exist within the context of that which these people brought to us. And they weren't the first people to bring to us a part of the picture. It is just that at this time, this is a most valuable and important part of the human journey. And will be so for hundreds of years, thousands of years. As we end the meditation, we hope that you have as much beautiful, loving time with those that matter to you as you see fit over this season. May you be blessed with all that your soul wishes you to be blessed with. Father, Mother, God, Creator of all things, thank you for the beautiful beings that you always make available to us. We thank them. We thank you. And we honour the divine in all. Thank you.